Welcome to the Behavior Analysis for Leaders assignment. My name is Marcio Leoni, and I work in a multinational in the technology field. The line of business that I operate is the product engineering and services, where I work as a leader in the function of head of operations. Among my attributions, I'm responsible for the performance of the organization, benchmarking, goals, efficiency levels, setting up key performance indicators, approving or rejecting budget, making business case, approving and rejecting business cases. And we're going to talk in this assignment about the benefits and the challenges of applying behavioral analysis in my role, in my field. The first one is behavioral analysis itself in getting to the truth. Some of the challenges that exist there is our own ability to detect deception. According to research, we are not much better than just flipping a coin when it comes to detect lies and deceiving behavior. So 52% more or less. We're also, according to research, we're very susceptible to biases during decisions, but not limited to decisions. So for example, if you take a manager that works in a particular country and then he needs to make a business case to hire people in that particular country, it's possible that that manager could be under a halo effect or a confirmation bias and to make that choice to hire those resources in the very same country as he was born and raised. So how behavioral analysis can help leaders in this situation? The first one is the 6-channel analysis system gives the opportunity to listen beyond what is just being said. Exploring all the 6 channels, it gives the chance to detect points of interest. This point of interest can give opportunity to then explore investigative questions through curious questioning, using some of the questioning techniques to try to explore more facts, extract more facts. Extracting more facts helps the leader to have a better situation awareness and a better understanding of the context. As consequence, it also increases the chance to become more self-aware of potential biases in the leader itself or in others. The second benefit is mindfulness and attentiveness. And some of the challenges that we have is research shows our attention span is very limited. There is a lot of variability in the results of this research. Some research will show our attention span can be up to 10 minutes. Other research will show that our attention span can be as long as 9 or 8 seconds, like a goldfish. Second thing is research shows that if we are given the authority to multitask, in 70% of the times we are more likely to multitask. But research also shows that multitask does not equal to higher performance. It actually has a negative impact in performance. So it's a myth to believe that multitasking, you can do more things in a more efficient way. Research shows it's actually the opposite. Mindfulness then come to mitigate those performance derailers. Let's say you're going to have a meeting as a leader, and then you can start the meeting with a 1-minute exercise to bring the audience back to the present moment and mitigate things like multitasking, things like reduce attention span. As a consequence of mitigating those performance derailers, it reduces the chance for rework and reduce stress and burnout. So overall, it's an improvement of performance based on empirical data in the organization. The third benefit is emotional intelligence. Research shows that low employee engagement has a very high cost to the company. whether that cost comes through low levels of productivity or through resignation. As a matter of fact, research now is showing what was coined as the Great Resignation. With a number of factors that are going on at this moment, there is a very high number of employee turnover in the field, and that presents a big challenge for the leaders. The third element is in relation to the first two. According to the Conundrum Coaching Research and Gallup, almost 70% of the weight into why employees are engaged or not engaged come from the performance of the leader. So leaders have these big responsibilities to fill, and emotional intelligence can help. How emotional intelligence can help? Higher EQ levels is a strong predictor of leadership effectiveness. There's a number of research, and they're referencing this paper here, but leaders with higher EQ achieve on average higher leadership effectiveness. By achieving higher leadership effectiveness, then those 70% variables in employee engagement, they will become better, and therefore it's linked to organizational performance because they drive employee engagement. The fourth element is coaching. So research shows that there is a mismatch between expectations and delivery. Employees, more than 70% of the employees, they claim that they want to be coached, but only 20% of the leaders, they claim to have the skills to coach their employees or the time to coach their employees. So there is a mismatch of expectations between direct reports and leaders. Another challenge in coaching is there is very limited research on the effectiveness of coaching. The preliminary findings show that yes, there is effectiveness, it drives engagement, it drives performance, and it drives efficiency gains. But more research is needed to find if empirical evidence will corroborate with what was already suggested or maybe challenge the effectiveness of coaching. But how coaching can help the leaders? One, meeting the employee expectations. Like the research was showing, 70% they want to be coached, but only 20% of the leaders have those skills. So it helps bridge that gap. By bridging that gap, it also drives employee engagement. By driving employee engagement, it also elevates the leadership trust. Elevating leadership trust, it overall improvement and performance of the organization. The last but not least is the benefits in linguistics. In our field and as a leader, we have large amounts of data. In the past 4 years, there was more data being produced than the entire history of mankind. This is good and bad. It's good that now we have information in our fingerprints, but it's bad because it's very hard to extract valuable information from that implicit data. So take, for instance, employee surveys, customer written feedback, and open text. So how linguistics can help us? In conjunction with machine learning, we can build solutions that generate sentiment analysis. So you run a text and you can detect what is the sentiment of that group of customers, that group of employees. And then we can detect early indicators of churn, or we can also find potential triggers to elevate employee engagement. So it's a very powerful field. So in this presentation, we cover a number of the benefits that behavioral analysis can bring to leaders. And there are very strong use cases and applications of behavior analysis in this field. But we also notice that there is limited research that can give empirical evidence in these benefits to leaders. Finally, one observation from me is there is very limited number of leaders that choose to explore behavior analysis. Most of the times, these leaders choose a career that is more oriented to economics, MBA, or any other sort of business instead of further developing in behavioral analysis or behavioral science. Thank you very much. That was a great assignment I love to do. And now we're just going to go through the references that were used in this presentation. Thank you. Bye.